Hello lovely, and welcome to my April reset. Today we're going to be going over my goals and my budget for the month of April and setting up the goals and the budget for the month of May, but also we're going to be doing a lot of cleaning. I have quite a bit to get done, so we're going to be mixing it up a little bit this time and doing a little bit of both, a full month reset. Typically on my monthly resets, I just sit down at the computer and do a goal overview and a budget overview and then set those up for the next month. This month I have quite a bit to do, so I figured we could try both of them in this month's reset together. So first, let's jump into the April goals that I set for myself. So for the month of April, I set 25 goals, and those are broken out in between personal and health goals, health and wellness, financial goals, career and business goals, and spiritual goals. So first is the personal and house goals. Staying on my morning routine, done. Staying on my night routine, done. Develop a cleaning schedule, we are almost there, but not quite yet. Go grocery shopping every 2 weeks, done. Go on date night, yes. Declutter closet, no, this did not get done. But I set 6 personal and house goals and I achieved 4, so I feel pretty good about that. Next is health and wellness goals. Be active at least twice a week. Yes. Wear a retainer for at least 5 nights a week. I'm also tracking stuff in a habit tracker that I have on my phone. For example, my retainer, I just log it in my phone whenever I do it, and it looks like I only wore my retainer 3 out of 5 times, average a week. So we're getting closer, but not quite yet. Stand up for at least 30 minutes a day. Yeah, we did that. Make a therapy appointment, did that. Practice the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, I did that. And I got adjusted every week. Man, I am killing these goals. So I set 6 goals for health and wellness and I achieved 5. On to financial goals. Track expenses in sheets. Oh, you know I did it. Set up the budget, we did that together. Stick to the budget. I think we might have to look at taking that one off because I don't really know if I achieved the goal until we do the budget, which is not until the end. So that one might need to come off because I think this is like the 4th month in a row that I'm like, oh, we'll have to see. So I think it just might be a little redundant to have it here and do the budget at the same time. Make all budgeted payments to debts. I know I did. We're gonna find out in the budget reset here in a minute, but I know that I did because I paid all the budgets. So I can go ahead and check that one off and really focus on saving. Girl, yes, we did. So we have a additional saving in the budget that I share with you, but in our primary savings, I have been making really, really good progress. Those are some things that I just don't share, but I will share like if we get additional savings, that's what this account is for. But overall, I'm very excited and very proud of the amount of saving that we got to do this month. So I set 5 goals in the financial section and I achieved 4 of them. On to career and business. Enroll in courses or continue job shadowing. I am continue to job shadow. I haven't enrolled in my courses yet because I am shadowing. Publish at least 1 new video a week. I think I did this for the month of April. This is right at the tail end of April when I'm recording this, so this might be the last April video. And if it is, then I will have successfully completed that goal as well. Create a filming and editing schedule. I have a posting schedule a little bit created. I have found that Sunday is the best day for me to publish a video, but as far as filming and editing, I don't have that schedule yet, so I can't check that one off. But for career and business, I set 3 goals and achieved 2. On to spiritual goals. Make time in the morning for prayer. Yes, we can check that off. Thank God for something every day. Absolutely. Read scripture from Bible. Yes. Practice daily devotional. Yes. And complete 1 balance activity weekly. So I didn't do it weekly, but I did complete 1 balance activity out of that book that I shared with you last month reset, and I really, really love it. I actually got a new daily devotional as well, and it kind of goes along with it. So let me just share with you. So I have 3 kind of like devotional books that I'm using right now. So the first one is My Utmost for His Highest. This one I found really difficult to get to understand, to like grasp, which like prompted me to start like highlighting and going into the scripture, which kind of like got me a little bit more interested in scripture. So I do like it for that reason, but it can be a little bit more difficult to understand, to be honest with you. This one is, I felt a little bit more difficult to understand. This one is the other one you guys saw last time. It's Leading a Balanced Life. And then this is actually a new one that I just got. This is 365 Devotions of Peace. I find that I just haven't made it a habit to open a devotional every single day like I need to. So I just need to build it into my habit a little bit more. But those are the 3 that I have been practicing out of and using, and I really do love them, along with my Women's Study Bible. So I didn't complete it weekly, but I did complete 1, and I feel like 1 for the month is a really, really good start. So So I'm gonna mark it as complete, and I think I'm gonna reword that to say complete at least one balance activity. So I think one a month is good, and that will get me through the whole year, which is kind of cool. So for spiritual goals, I set 5 and I achieved 5. So this month is actually looking really good. For the month of April, I set 25 goals and I achieved 80 of them. So I'm very, very proud of myself for that. Again, love this so much because it allows me to like look back and see exactly where I'm spending my time, what I'm deeming as important. Obviously, cleaning hasn't been one of those things because I'm still trying to develop a cleaning schedule, but you know what? We're getting there. You can see here on the graph, 25% of it is spiritual goals, 20 is personal and household, 25 is health and wellness, 20 on financial, and then 10 for career and business. 25 being one of the biggest ones, and my other one is health and wellness. I am so happy with that. That makes me feel so good that I'm taking care of myself both spiritually and mentally and physically. So I love that. So let's go ahead and create the month of May's goals. So for the month of May, I definitely want to stay on my morning routine, my night routine, and develop a cleaning schedule. I also need to go grocery shopping every 2 weeks and a date night with Manny. So I'm pretty much going to bring the entire April list over to May because I really love these goals, and I think having little wins in your goals make it that much easier for you to keep on track with them. So we're going to bring over everything from personal and house, the health and wellness. These are all still goals that I want to attain every month. So I'm going to bring those over as well. The financial ones are the ones I wanted to look at. So I'm just going to remove the stick to budget because that's what this whole reset is about. It is seeing how far I am off the budget and creating a budget that honestly lets me still live a life that I enjoy while still making sure I'm not going crazy with spending and things like that. So we're going to take off stick to budget, but we're going to leave the rest on there because I love the rest of those goals. My career and business, honestly right now my 9 to 5 is pretty steady. So I'm not even going to put enroll in a course yet or continue to job shadow because I just got tasked with a few more things that are outside of my normal wheelhouse of work. So that has me kind of stretched right now to my limit. So I'm not going to be taking on any more learning or any more responsibilities right now. So I'm just going to focus this on my YouTube side, which is going to be publish at least 1 new video a week and create a filming and editing schedule because that I have yet to do as well. And then for my spiritual goals, I think I'm going to keep the entire thing for my spiritual goals. I really do love them, but I'm going to change this last one. Instead of weekly, I'm just going to say complete one balance activity. That'll be perfect. All right, so that is going to be the month of May goals. I have set 23 goals. Last month I set 25. So bringing back a few goals, but honestly, that's fine. I feel comfortable right where those are at. Okay, on to the budget. For the month of April, looking at my budget, I did pretty well in most of the categories. I still have quite a bit to go with my expenses, but I'm doing better. So as you can see, for the bills, I budgeted for $2,863, and the bills actually came out to be $2,884.77 with a difference of $21.77 more. The subscriptions, I budget for $374.09. They actually came out to be $312.64. That was a savings of $61.45. My expenses, I budgeted budgeted for $220 and the expenses ended up being $1,607.85 with a difference of $1,387.85. For additional savings, I don't budget over here, but we saved an additional $21.60, so that's good. And then for debt, I did budget for $2,144 and it ended up being $2,145.40 with a difference of $1.40. My spending overview, I'm actually really happy with the way that it is looking. My pie chart here is looking a lot better than it looked last month, at least in my opinion. Like I said, got that bonus last month, and so I definitely enjoyed that bonus. For our regular income, I want to be more conscious of where our money's going. So this month, our bills took 41.4%, our debt took 30.8%, our expenses took 23.1%, the subscriptions took 4.5%, and in this budget, our savings were only 0.3%. So let's jump into those expenses and see exactly what happened. So in the expenses, I budgeted $0 for fun money and we actually ended up spending $117.50. So of course that was a difference of $117.50. For dining out, I budgeted a $30 budget. We ended up spending $293.30 with a difference of $263.30. For shopping, I gave $100 for the budget and we ended up spending $511.07 with a difference of $411.07. There were about $20 of other expenses in here, which I will have to research, I'm not really sure. We had a budget of $30 for medical and health, and we actually ended up spending $84.15 with a difference of $54.15. I don't budget for groceries, pet, or household items in this account, so if there's anything else that comes out of this account, it is an overage. So we did have $94.76 of groceries, so that is a difference of $94.76. For the pets, we did end up spending $70, and that was a difference of $70. Personal care, we didn't have anything for the month. I did end up having $82.50 for Tristan. I think that probably was like school lunches and things like that. Didn't end up getting a car oil change this month, so we didn't budget anything. I didn't spend anything. We did end up spending $160 in our tolls though. We think that there is an issue with our tolls. I think they're being doubled. So we're gonna have to look into that because that is crazy. I budgeted $20, ended up being $160 with a difference of $140. I'm angry about it. We did end up spending $80 for the household, and I didn't budget anything for books, but I was quite a reader this month and I ended up spending $26.97 on books with of course a difference of $26.97 because there was nothing in that budget. I had a baby shower to go to if you watched one of my vlogs, and I spent a total of $27.25 on that, getting a gift. We had 36 cents of fees and the $40 that I budgeted for my monitor. Again, we budgeted $220 and ended up spending $1,607.85 with a difference of $1,387.85. There are a few things, of course, I want to look at, a few things I need to pay a bit more attention to, like, for example, the tolls. I didn't realize I was being double charged, but now that I am aware of it, I can take care of it and change it. So let's go ahead and set up for the month of May. As always, I've already plugged in my bills, my subscriptions, and my debts, but let's go ahead and create our expenses. So I've plugged in a few already. For this month, I know I'm gonna need an oil change, so I've plugged in the $90. I'm trying to only spend $30 on toll roads for the month of May, so I've plugged that in, and I'm giving myself $150 of gas. Basically, what's happening is I'm putting gas on a credit card and then paying off that credit card, but I'm trying to allot myself $150 flat for gas so that I don't just keep putting it on a credit card, so I can continue to pay that credit card off each month and it doesn't have a rolling balance that accumulates. It's a $270 budget right now with just those 3 expenses, but I know that there are going to be other expenses that I'm not accounting for. So for example, our dining out. We dine out at least once a month, and for a family of 3, with one of those 3 being a teenage boy, say on average when we go out to eat, it's at least $50. So I'm gonna give us a $50 dining out budget. For shopping, and I categorize everything as shopping. So last month my shopping was a little bit higher, but that is difficult to say because I use Amazon for cleaning products too, but if I see Amazon come through on the statements, I just categorize it as shopping. So that's one of those things I need to get better on, my categorization, and not just throw it all in shopping when I see Amazon. But I am still gonna give myself $100 for my shopping budget, just to try to get down to that $100. And that way I can move that money into household where it can be properly categorized. So I'm not just thinking, oh, I'm spending all this money on shopping, because I'm really not. I'm not shopping for like clothes or anything like that. Generally, whenever I have Amazon purchases, it's for the house. So maybe I need to look into that a little bit more. Obviously, I don't want to spend anything on other. For the month of May, I might have a medical expense because I will have a couple of fertility specialist appointments that are going to come up. So I'll just throw $60 in there just to see. Groceries, pets, and personal care for the month of May. Tristan does have a haircut for that, so we'll do $40. He does typically like to eat lunches a couple of days a week at school rather than pack his own lunch. I'll give him a $20 budget. And then of course the car needs oil, toll roads, $30, and then the gas, $50. Household items, oh, you know what I'll break up my shopping and my household items to 50-50. And that way if I spend it, I'll just be able to categorize it the right way. And then books, I'm not planning to get any books this month. That might change, but maybe not. And then I don't think there's any social celebrations coming up that we need to budget for. There's no fees. And then our donations and tithing, let's do 80. Okay, I feel pretty good about this budget. So in the total, it's gonna be $620 that I'm budgeting for the month of May for the overall expenses. Hopefully I can stick to that number as close as possible, but as always, things come up and sometimes we end up spending a little bit more. But that's what I'm planning for, at least. You enjoyed this reset. It is quite a little bit different from my normal resets, so let me know down below if you like resets like this where I include my cleaning as well as my digital reset. Either way, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next week. Bye!